Hey everybody, Rick here with a word for Wednesday. Just thinking about as we wound down the Beatitudes, I couldn't help but look at the rest of what's behind that in the chapter. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to finish this out because I think it's inextricable. You can't, the Sermon on the Mount goes for 3 chapters, and I don't know how you can separate it in one section. So I'm just going to go on with chapter 5 and verse 13, and I'm going to start with this question. Have you ever thought about how you are different from the world that we live in? Sure, we're all different looking. We're all respond differently to different things. We all act differently. We all seem to think differently, behave differently. But you ever thought of what is it in our essence that makes us different from the world that we live in? Yeah, Jesus says it really interesting in Matthew 5:13. He says, "You are the salt of the earth, but if the salt loses its saltiness, then how is it going to be made salty? It's good for nothing except to be thrown out. If you're the light of the world, a town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on a stand." See, the question we got, and this is an interesting thing, is there's a ton of folks that really live their life as Christians saying, it's good enough that I'm good enough. It's good enough that I have my personal relationship with Christ. But there's got to be something that leaks out of you. There's got to be something that you are motivated to speak of, to respond to. And that, my friend, is what is in you. What has Christ done? See, and that is connected to a lot of things. A lot of things. The chapter goes on to say in verse 16, in the same way, let your light shine before others that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. So there's an interesting finale to this little thought, this little series of connected reflections. One is, it's not just enough that it's in you, it's got to be effective. Your faith has got to be moving forward, progressing. So it's not just you and Jesus against the world, it's you and Jesus for the world. It's you and Jesus reflecting Jesus into the world. And then the deciding factor on how effective you are in your relationship is what he says in verse 16, that your good deeds may glorify your Father in heaven, that people would say, wow, what a great so-and-so you are because of how you love and how you care. So we're creating an opportunity for that to kind of happen. Here at church on May 6th, we're starting the Alpha program in the evenings. And Alpha is a great program to kind of be able to ask questions. It's going to start with a meal, and then it's going to go into a video that we kind of watch over as a group, and then an open discussion and prayer. This is an opportunity for you to really be able to bring your friends in a non-threatening church environment and just be with and love your friends. So some of you may be thinking, well, I already have a small group. Can't you do it on mine? No, my friend. That's the salt of the earth, light of the world part that we need to realize. It's an outward expression. We can't do an inward event and have it be outward as well. You got to choose. Is it for us as believers to grow, or is it for the non-believer to be able to understand and answer questions and feel at home? And that's something that you're just going to have to deal with in your time with God and settle up. But the truth of the matter is that as we're going through on Sunday mornings, our habits, if you're not familiar with that, go ahead and review everything we've gone through so far. Our habits are here to make us whole and nourish us and give us the energy to get through our events and our week and our life and our whatever. But then there comes this expression that we went over today, the salt and the light, the agent of change. The salt does something to food. Salt preserves it, and it brings flavor. Light brings illumination. It makes you aware of obstacle and danger. It makes you see the truth as it really is, not in a shadow. Those are two very powerful things. A preservative, disinfectant is what light does. That brings truth. There has to be that aspect in us that drives a conversation outward, that engages our friends and our coworkers. All of us, I know, all of us have people that are on the bubble that really want to know more about God. They may ask questions, they may want to, maybe too scared and too uncomfortable to come on a Sunday morning. So you're just going to bring them to church and say, it's a meal, it's a video where we talk, and people just hang out and pray. Super non-threatening. It's basically an opportunity for us to be bringing the chemistry and the physics of salt and light. See, the chemistry of salt and the physics of light in this metaphor that Jesus is using is the love of the kingdom of God. And that's what we're bringing. So I hope you're willing to engage this. Let us know if you want to be a part of this. Sign-ups are going to be going on for a couple weeks here. So please be a part of this. If you have any friends on the bubble, start praying and then start asking. I hope you have a great night. Take care, and I hope I see you in church on Sunday morning. We're having a great time going through our habits. You take care.